76ers star center Joel Embiid is finalizing a 4-year, $196 million Supermax contract extension, which will keep him under contract in Philly through the 26-27 season for a total of $261 million. Now, he missed the entire first 2 seasons of his career due to injuries, but since then he has battled through more, missing at least 18 games in each of the last 5 years, which is one of the reasons this might have been somewhat risky. Obviously, his play this past season was spectacular, and here's the man with all the news. This is Woj, who joins us live with more. Woj, what more can you tell us about the Embiid deal?
Greeny, as our Ramona Shelburne reported this morning, the deal takes him now through that 2026-2027 season. He'll have a player option on the final year of the deal, but it locks up for Philadelphia the cornerstone of their franchise, and it certainly shows they have no concerns about his health moving forward. You know, there are no injury protections in this deal, Ramona reports, and there were protections in his last max deal that if he did get injured and miss games, that he wouldn't be guaranteed the full amount. But this is a fully guaranteed deal for Joel Embiid, who, by the way, negotiated it himself.
So that's interesting. And I'm also interested in the fact that you described him as the cornerstone of the franchise, because as recently as a year ago, we would have said that was a franchise that had cornerstones in the plural. What does this mean for Ben Simmons and his future in Philly?
Well, Philadelphia has continued to try to see if they could find a deal for Simmons before the start of camp. They have not had success in really getting any traction for the high asking price they're asking for Ben Simmons. You know, Minnesota's one team that has been persistent with Philadelphia, but they've needed to have really third and even 4 teams in those kind of deals to get back Philly what it would want. And I think for the Sixers, if they're going to trade Ben Simmons, they've got to get back players right now who continue on that Joel Embiid timeline of having an MVP level player in his prime that you're trying to win championships with. And that's a hard package to get back for Ben Simmons right now. There's a very distinct possibility he's going to have to come back to training camp with them next season. Remember, he's got 4 years left on his deal. He's nowhere near free agency, and they're going to have to, it seems, if they don't find a deal, try to increase his value, get him off to a good start next year, and then revisit trades during the season. But things can change, and certainly Philly's still motivated to find a deal between now and the start of the season.
That remains overwhelmingly the most interesting thing that either will or won't happen between now and then. Outstanding. Woj, as always, thank you for getting up with us here again. The late news, Joel Embiid gets the Supermax in Philly.